we are waiting for, they're going to discharge some dynamite on the ship here to loosen the metal. They're supposed to do it anytime now. Let's see if they do it. It's pretty windy, so I don't know how they're going to do this. Waiting for this thing to happen. Oh yeah. Holy crap. Look at that, guys. Wow. To loosen the metal so they can finish removing portions of the bridge off of the ship here. So that's why they're doing this. I tell you what, I wish this phone had better zoom. If I had my regular camera, it would be a better zoom. You guys.
So there it is. You can see the aftermath of this now. The remains of the Francis Scott Key Bridge blasted and falling into the harbor, clearing the way, hopefully, for the removal of the additional debris that's still resting on the Dali. And the plan is to move the Dali out of that position and towards a dock within 2 days, setting the stage for opening up the rest of Baltimore's harbor. Reporting live from the remains of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, Scott Broom, WUSA 9, back to you.
What a sight there. And I got to say, Scott, you mentioned that crews told us not to expect any sort of Hollywood-style explosion here, but I got to say, this looks pretty Hollywood to me, huh? The way it just crumbled there, it's off of that ship finally. You can see the front of the Dali as well. We haven't seen that vantage point. It's pretty badly damaged from when it hit the bridge back in late March.
And just remarkable to see up close that part of the roadway on top of the Dali. Scott, we have been wondering for the better part of 7 weeks now, what is happening with the crew of the Dali? Are they still on board the Dali? What do we know about the status of the crew?
They are. Yes, they are. They are still on board the Dali. They were removed to the aft section of the ship. Forgive me for getting into mariner language, but you see all the containers that are stacked on the ship. You can see the bridge where all the operations of the ship occur under normal circumstances, about in the middle, way in the back, in the stern, the aft. All the crew was removed to that location. They're still on the ship, and the reason they're still there today, importantly, is because they are best poised to react to any sort of problem if anything had gone wrong. They are, after all, the crew of the ship. They have been interviewed by the NTSB and other investigators. You have to remember, when international mariners sign up to go on a job, they very rarely leave a ship in the many, many ports around the world where they call. It's all business until their contracts are up. Now, obviously, this is a unique situation, but it is not unusual for the crew of a ship to stay on board for months at a time. And that's what's occurring with the crew on the Dali. If we are able to, and unfortunately I'm not able to see what you're seeing on television at the moment, but if we can get a second look at that implosion or demolition, whatever you want to call it, you're right. They warned us up repeatedly that this was, quote, not going to be a Hollywood production. Part of that is sensitivity for the 6 lives that were lost here. They really didn't want to make this seem like some sort of spectacular sort of event that takes away from the immense tragedy that occurred here. And in fact, it's notable that this use of explosives and demolition did not occur until the final body of a bridge victim was recovered late last week, clearing the way for what happened here. Yes, in fact, we saw explosions in multiple points on the bridge, a huge puff of smoke, and quite a concussion here from, I would say, about 3/4 of a mile distance as the demolition charges went off. So there you have it. The Dali now a very significant measure more towards being freed and towed back to the dock, and more remains of the Francis Scott Key Bridge now detached from the Dali thanks to these demolition charges and resting on the bottom of the harbor, where they will be much easier to further demolish, pick up, and clear that channel by the end of the month.